All right, what's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be looking at another foam cannon. This one is from the brand called Mckillans. I use a lot of their products in the past, so you probably heard me talk about their little pressure washer wand that I use. Stubby wand, has the built-in swivel. I really like that thing, good quality. Now, the one I have is all beat up now, but I use it every day. The housing finally cracked, but the thing still works. The internals are perfect on it and it works really well. So I have high hopes for this foam cannon. This is their new snow foam cannon wide mouth opening for your soap dispenser for the jug, and a nice wide base as well, so it should stand up nicely. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this thing, see what I think of it, and go from there. This thing retails for $35, I believe, on Amazon. So fantastic price. Let's go ahead and take a look. And as always, guys, if you enjoy these types of videos, anything related to car detailing, tips, tricks, how-tos, and product reviews, then please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. Now let's get this thing opened up and take a look. All right, guys, so as always, we're gonna be looking at a couple different things with this unit. We're gonna unbox it, see what it comes with, and then I have tools here as well. We're gonna open this thing up, see how serviceable it is, see what kind of components are inside, and then we'll get into actually testing the unit on a panel outside. So let's go ahead and open it up. Right off the bat, guys, we do have the nice bottle here. It is just a sticker on this thing. Not a negative at all, it's just something to note. It's not like silk screened on or anything, it's just a sticker. It is a 1,000 milliliter bottle, standard across the board. It actually lists up to 800 right there, and then it goes into this little part, but obviously if you go up higher, it's 1,000 milliliters. Nice thick silicone-based straw, so nice and pliable. It's not one of those ones that just sticks in one direction. No weighted ball or anything like that on it, but it is a nice flexible straw. Next up, out of the box, we have the head unit itself. Now, I will say this portion of the unit looks very, very, very similar to the one from Masterson's Car Care that I did a review on. And that foam cannon worked really, really well. So the only difference is on the one from Masterson's, they actually had another attachment piece here where you could screw in a different size bottle. But again, like I discussed in that video, there's only a few others that do that. The MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, which is my favorite, used to have that in there. They took it away. I'm assuming it just didn't get used very much. So the fact that this doesn't have it is not a negative to me at all. I like the bottle, so that's all good. To attach the hose, all you do is just slide it over this fitting. Nice and easy, just gotta wiggle it on a little bit. And that's it, you're good to go. So you're all assembled. Basically what you do is you fill up a little bit of soap here, the rest with water, close it up, and you're good to go. Obviously it does have a couple of adjustments to it. So right here on the front end of it, that is your fan angle adjustment. It's gonna change it from a 0 degree to about a 40 degree fan. So just by turning it, you can see it opens and closes. The more closed it is, the wider it's gonna be. And vice versa. If it's open, it's gonna be a nice narrow fan. Does it turn? No, it does not. So I wasn't sure if it would change the direction of the fan as well. Some of the higher ones, again, the MTM, the Griot's Boss, the MJJC, I believe the Max Shine, the Adams, all those kind of ones, the higher end ones have the ability to change your fan pattern from vertical to horizontal as well, which is really nice. But again, at this price point, 35 bucks, guys, you can't complain about that. It's no problem at all. Right on the top here is your foam adjustment. Usually you loosen it up to the left, it's gonna create less foam, it's gonna let more water through, and so it affects the mixture ratio. So I just like to run it all the way tight and down, just like that, and you'll get the most amount of foam out of it. Now, one of the things that I talk about a lot with these foam cannons is what size orifice is inside of it. Now, what that means is right in here somewhere, there's a little orifice. It's a tiny little hole. The smaller it is, especially when you're working with like electric pressure washers that have a lower GPM, lower PSI, you want a really small hole there, typically a 1.1 orifice. A lot of these will ship with a 1.25, so I don't know exactly what's in here. We'll take a look at it and see if I can figure it out. And then we're also going to disassemble this and see if we can access the little foam generating filter. It's important to be able to access it because sometimes they get clogged up, especially if you're using a soap that has wax in it. You want to be able to open that up. So you can either change it out or clean it. So let's go ahead and take a look. First off though, we are gonna be opening this part up to look at the orifice. So let's go ahead and do that. Just tighten down a wrench on it, back it off. This is your basic 1/4 inch quick connect, fits all the standard pressure washer wands. And then right inside here, that's your orifice. So what we do there, there's a slot going across it, take a flathead screwdriver, put it in there, and just back it out. And there it is. So it's a nice large orifice, like quality wise, it looks good. Size wise, it looks to be larger to me. It looks to be a 1.25. I can't tell for sure. Let me go grab a 1.1 real quick. There's aftermarket ones you can order on Amazon for about 10 bucks. I'll show you that, and we'll probably test it using both of those. All right, guys, so here is a 1.1 millimeter orifice. Now this one looks to be stainless. This one's brass. But I don't have any issue with that at all. And obviously they look like completely different sizes, but the thread should be the same, so it should fit in there no problem. The rest of this whole unit is brass, so I don't see any issue with going to a brass fitting here. Now basically what I'm saying here is the hole size. Now this one has a bigger opening at the top. So basically the hole size of this orifice is smaller than this one. Again, that's gonna reduce the amount of water going through. That helps with the mixture ratio for the soap, and you'll get more foam using that 1.1 orifice if you have a lower PSI, lower GPM pressure washer. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the original orifice back in so we can test it with that. Let me tighten that back down. Very, very easy, very, very simple to do. That's tight. Put the quick connect back on the back. Again, super, super easy. Just make sure that that little O-ring is still there. Otherwise you'll get a leak, but you just wanna make sure the O-ring's there. Give it a quick little tighten down, and we're set. Now, let's open up the head of the unit here and see if we can figure out if the whole system is serviceable. So basically, what you wanna do there is you'll see this little pin right there, goes through to the other side, and what you wanna do is just take a little something, get it in there and push that through. So there it is, came right out. We can back out the screwdriver now. Okay, and now this whole piece, this whole housing piece will slide right off. Okay, very nice. Now, basically what we want to see is the foam filter will be right behind here. We just want to see if we can actually remove this. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Sometimes they put a crazy amount of Loctite on them and you can't get it off, but yeah, I'm not sure here. Let me take this off and see if I can get it. It's definitely tighter than some of the other ones, but let's just see. Yeah, this one's on there pretty tight. So I'm sure you can get it. It's just hard to get. It's definitely on there very, very tight. So let me try again here. Check. Yeah, can't get it to break off. So it looks like they did use some Loctite in there. Not my favorite. Again, I think you can get in there, but I'm not gonna force this because I don't wanna break it before we actually test it. But it's back there. So there you go. It does show, I don't know if it shows on here, but it does show on their website. It does use the standard steel mesh filter. So same as all the other ones except the MJJC. The MJJC Foam Cannon Pro uses a different one. But like I said, all the others use the same one. So let's just go ahead and put this back on, slip this over the O-ring. Make sure that it's operating functionally so that that opens and closes. And once we know that that is good, we can take the pin, place it back in so this thing does not come off. And there we go. So now let's go ahead and I'll wheel it over to the front of my shop and we will throw in some Mr. Pink from Chemical Guys, standard soap that I use a lot for these tests, so I know exactly what to expect. We will put, I typically do between 2 and 4 ounces. Let's just do 3 ounces of Mr. Pink into this. We'll test it on a panel, see how it works, and then we'll swap out that orifice, see if it gets better foam production, and then I'll compare that to the MJJCs just so you guys can see. Again, the MJJC is like twice the price of this one. So if you're getting good results with this and you don't mind lacking some of the features, then great. This is a great little unit. So let's go ahead and look at it. So I've got the foam cannon all filled up now. Again, 3 ounces Mr. Pink, the rest is just water. I am using deionized water. I did a whole video on that in the past, testing deionized water, warm water, all that kind of stuff. The DI water didn't seem to make any difference at all. Some people think that that makes a big difference. The cleaner the water, the better foam. I didn't see that in my test, so just keep that in mind, I don't know. But here it is, I have my panel right here. So I'll zoom you guys in closer to that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna wet the panel down first so that all the foam production is going onto a wet panel just so we can see a fair comparison. So I'll wet that down, I'll spray it like that with this, take a look at it, and then we'll switch over to the 1.1 orifice in here, test it that way, and then I'll just take the solution in here, pour it into the MJJC and test that one as well so you guys can see the difference, if there is any difference. So here we go. Okay, so test number 1, the panel is wet. Test number 1, Mckillans as it comes with that orifice that comes in it. Here we go. All right, guys, so definitely a good amount of foam here. You can see it's, you know, it's definitely a bit runny, but it's definitely nice and thick, getting good coverage as it comes, like I said, as it comes out of the box. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this off, switch it over to the 1.1 orifice, and we'll test it again. And here we go. So yeah, again, definitely thicker foam using that 1.1 millimeter orifice. All right, now last but not least, I'm just gonna take this solution, fill up an MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, and we'll test it that way. So here's the solution. Here's the other foam cannon. Just gonna go ahead and open this one up. All right, and we're gonna pour this right into here. Okay guys, so here's the final test, MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. Got my camera here, and here we go. So once again, guys, you can see just how thick that foam is from the MJJC. But I gotta say that other foam cannon did a pretty great job considering, especially when you switched over to that 1.1 orifice, it did a pretty fantastic job. The MJJC is definitely getting more, kind of a drier foam that's just really sticking on there or getting heavy, and then like on the bottom here, it got heavy and it's pulling it down. That's what I like the most because now it clung to the panel, helps break it down, and it helps pull all the dirt and contamination away. All right, guys, so there we have it, the Mckillans Wide Mouth, let's see here, Wide Mouth Snow Foam Cannon. Available on Amazon, 35 bucks. Fantastic little unit, I like it a lot. Does it get as much foam as the top three? The top three for me that I've tested, out of all the ones I've tested, Griot's Boss, MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, MTM, those are the top three that get the most foam production. Does this get that amount of foam? No, it doesn't. But at 35 bucks, it's half the cost of the MJJC and considerably less than the other two. The other two are like 90 and 100 bucks or something like that. So value-wise, it's hard to beat. Now, again, right out of the box, it got decent foam. Changing out to a 1.1, it got even better foam. Still not as much as the others, but good foam. So if you look at it that way, you'll be into this thing 35 plus the little orifice pieces at another 10 bucks about. So you're at 45 bucks. So just kind of consider your options. Does it have all the features of those other top three? No, it doesn't have the ability to change fan direction, all that kind of stuff. However, I will say, guys, fantastically built, feels great in the hand, feels well balanced. Again, the head is a little bit heavier, but it stands up nicely. This thing really, really, really reminds me of that, I think it was called the Vortex from Masterson's car care that I just did a review on. Performance-wise and everything else, it doesn't have the huge cone head on it, but again, that was all plastic anyway, and that thing retails for 100 bucks, I think, and this is 35. So, and also, I will be giving this unit away, so make sure you comment down below, let me know what you think. I'll be doing a random selector to generate a winner, but I will be giving this thing away, and it'll come just as is, you know, as it comes with the orifice that's in it. But it's a great little unit, so make sure you comment down below for your chance to win. Do with that what you will, guys. I hope that helps you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.